And are we getting ready to go to war with Venezuela? Let me tell you what they're saying inside the Beltway in just a moment. First, put a real quick shout out, if we could, for www.pastorpaulgold.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com. While you're distracted by headlines, the insiders are getting ready. Billionaires, big banks, even foreign governments, they're all quietly hoarding up the gold and silver. They know the dollar is being devalued. They know the next crash is coming. So ask yourself, why don't you own what they're buying? Why don't you have a fraction of your wealth in some real physical assets like gold and silver? Gold is a biblical currency. And while they prepare, the average American is left in, but you don't have to be. That's why if you go to Noble Gold Investment, click on that below this video, www.pastorpaulgold.com, or call them on the phone at 877-646-5347. Find out how they can help you transfer some of your retirement funds or your 401k into a gold or silver IRA. And this will be real assets. They'll even ship you the gold and the silver coins or bars to your home or store them in a secured vault. Be left behind on this. Again, go to pastorpaulgold.com, www.pastorpaulgold.com. You'll be glad you did. All right, guys. Yeah, this is crazy times. I'm going to right now. But we don't know all the story. First of all, Trump is weighing in on doing strikes again in the drug cartels inside Venezuela as part of a wider, more pressure campaign on Nicolas Maduro, the dictator of Venezuela. Trump said that he is considering more and more broader attack on the drug cartels and the narco leadership in the region, including President Nicolas Maduro. Now, besides the fact that there's 4,000 Navy servicemen, and that's going to include a lot of Marines, believe me. And I don't know, ships and destroyers and Tomahawk missiles and capability to launch an absolute regime change war if they want to right now in Venezuela, sitting in the Caribbean. The fact that the United States blew up that drug boat, killed 11, that was just a parting shot, a serious note that what we want to do if Maduro's not willing to stop the drug trafficking or resign or whatever. Now, the bigger, broader question is, how many Chinese are already in Cuba? How many Russians are already there? How many Russians are already in Venezuela? And what about Colombia? Nations surrounding Venezuela. This is becoming a very big deal. And this is broader than just a war on drugs, really a battle with communism. Trump is not going to let Russia and China get a foothold. They've already got a foothold. I think he's trying to dislodge it, to be honest with you. And when he changed the Department of Defense to the Department of War, if that was serious. He didn't do that. Words matter. You heard Pete Hegseth say that. Words. Trump is taking a position of peace through strength, but he believes, I believe, that what he is saying is we can't let the communists take over the Western Hemisphere. They can't let them take over the Caribbean island region or Venezuela and all of South America. So his Department of War, is his declaration of war against the communist regimes, which includes any radical Islamic terrorist and, of course, the narco drug cartels. This is getting very serious, and we're not joking about that. So this is a time you got to stand with your troops. You got to stand with the president. You got to stand with the U.S. Navy and Marines and the Air Force. You got to stand with democracy, or if we're a republic. I understand that America's a republic, but that it's part of a democracy, if you will, of nations that I believe in the people's will. Obviously, we're definitely not communist, and the fact that there's a communist mayor of New York and Bernie Sanders running around with him like a poster child. It's very disturbing. And if I lived in New York right now, especially New York City, I'd be looking for a way out of there, because you don't even want to know what it means to be underneath communist and super socialist regimes. But that's another story. Right now, the bigger threat at this moment for the region is, what is China and Russia trying to accomplish? And had we just kept people in charge of this country who were asleep at the switch or were selling us out, I mean, don't you wonder how much money, who got paid to let go of the biggest air base in Afghanistan to the Chinese? Who walks away from a multi-billion-dollar, the largest air base in the entire Middle East, and just give it to the Chinese, basically? Or how much did they buy it for, and who got paid? Anybody asking that question? So this is where we're at. It's a broader war. It's not just the communists, but it's the insiders in America, the communists in America, who've been working diligently for 50 years to sell out our country. And they have been selling it out. So stay tuned. We're going to find out what's really going on. The body of Christ has to continue to pray one for another and pray for a broader move of God, of a revival to sweep the land. Righteousness will prevail. The Bible tells us that if the righteous are in authority, the people will rejoice. But if the bear rule, the people will mourn. Which one will it be? Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time. More current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. We're in the last days. Are you serious?